Howdy there, folks. Today I'm going to be talking about PvE guides and why I haven't made them in a while. So this isn't going to be a super long video. It's just going to kind of be a short PSA. Um, I know I've definitely gotten a lot of views in the past from some dungeon guides and stuff like that. I think I got my highest was like 30K on that Grasp of Avarice dungeon. And I think the last dungeon guide that I made was for Spire of the Watcher, I think. And there's been I think 2 dungeons since then I haven't done. I haven't done Ghosts of the Deep, and I haven't done Warlord's Ruin. To be honest, I really didn't even want to do Spire. Spire kind of marked a turning point for the dungeons for us, where Bungie started to make them more and more difficult. And, maybe not more difficult, but more tedious for sure. Like, they take a lot longer. Like, you're doing the same rotations 4 or 5 times in a row, 6, 7, however many times on these boss rooms, just to try to get them done. Even though you've already proven you can do the mechanics 2 or 3 times over, it's just they have a whole lot more health. And that's kind of how the state of the game's been for a while, is that because of the power creep and because of how strong some of our builds are, a lot of enemies have been getting higher health, and they're trying to handicap us more and more to make things take longer, because I guess that artificially increases the challenge or something like that. The reason that I quit making the guides is not because I didn't enjoy it. In fact, I really, really enjoyed making those kinds of guides for y'all. It felt like I was helping a lot of people out, and I definitely got a lot of positive feedback from those, and I did enjoy them. But, however, I don't enjoy those dungeons anymore. I mean, I used to love dungeons. I used to run them all the time, solo, friends, whatever. I would do carries. I've carried more than 100 groups through dungeons, and I've barely even run them compared to some other people. I mean, dungeons used to be a lot of fun. But they're not really that fun anymore to me, just because they've gotten so tedious, and PvE in general has gotten pretty tedious. And so I have kind of cut back on the PvE content, and I haven't really made anything like that in a while. And the reason for that is I don't want to give the impression that that's okay, that I'm fine with that, or that you guys should struggle so hard just to get a stupid emblem. Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's neat to have that emblem and say, hey, I did that. I went and did a solo flawless of that dungeon. And it was a nice mark of skill. Well, it's still a mark of skill, but now it's just tedious. It's so boring to go in and do the same DPS rotations 4 or 5 times just to get through. And then you trip up somewhere on like the 5th one, and then boom, it's ruined. And now you've wasted even more time than usual. And that's the biggest thing. I don't want to make you guys think it's alright to waste time. And whenever I've done my dungeon guides, I like to think that mine were pretty unique, because I always did them in such a way that it didn't matter what class you were on. It didn't matter necessarily on being super gear or mod reliant. I tried to make it as easy and straightforward as possible to try to show y'all that anybody could get them done. Well, now, I still think, yeah, I'm sure anybody could get them done, but it's a heck of a lot more tedious. And I haven't wanted to showcase me going through that than have some of you struggle through it, because I'm going to be honest with you, I'm struggling with it. I struggle to get a lot of those done nowadays. And I have not done my solo flawless for the last 2 dungeons because I just didn't want to spend the time doing it. I'm sure if I tried hard enough, I could get through it with enough time, but to me, that time is just wasted by going in there just to do all that to get an emblem. I just don't think that's worth that. And because I no longer agree with their philosophy of dungeon building and just PvE in general, I didn't want to make it seem like you guys should all go and do that. If it's a struggle for me, somebody that has played this game way the heck too much, then I can only imagine what must be for some players that really don't have a lot of time to play it. And so I didn't want to put out false hopes, I guess. I guess that's the best way to put it. And try to make you think it's going to be easy or something like that. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be tedious. And you don't need to do all that for a stupid emblem. That being said, if that's something that you guys really miss enough, and it's something that you just want to see, if you would just like to see a guide on it anyways, I guess let me know. And I will consider doing them anyways, even if I don't agree with Bungie's philosophy. At this point, our builds have power crept forward a little more, so it might be a little more doable. Especially for people that might not have as much gear and stuff because they don't play the game as much. So I'll definitely consider doing more of those. I do kind of miss doing the PvE guides. I just don't like the direction that Bungie has taken PvE. They've really taken the fun out of it for me. And so that's probably why I've almost become exclusively a Crucible player, which is unfortunate. I mean, I have a big group that I play with. My parents, my wife, a couple buddies of mine. I had a lot of people that I used to play with all the time. but they don't like PvP. I'm the only one of us that likes PvP. So for the most part, everything I did with them was all PvE activities. And so Bungie made it their mission to make it less fun, to make it more tedious, to cater to only the top sweatiest players. Now none of my people have been playing the game anymore. And so I've just kind of stayed at a PvE, and that's also a big part of the reason I quit doing the guides. So I hope you guys don't find this too disappointing, but I did want to kind of address it. I did want to give you guys a reasoning as to why I just kind of stopped making PvE guides. I didn't want to just kind of leave it be or make you think, well, I guess he's never going to do that anymore. I mean, I can, and I'm thinking about it, but I just kind of want your guys' feedback on this. So if you want to see him again, let me know. Maybe I can get back into doing that. It's definitely still a big aspect of the game, even if they've made it more tedious and less fun. But I'm hoping, fingers crossed, with the final shape, maybe things will get shook up a little bit and it won't be quite as bad. I don't know if we'll ever get lucky that they'll go back and dial back some of the boss health in these dungeons, but you never know. Maybe they will. Either way, though, I did just want to go ahead and say all that. Thanks for watching, y'all. I know we've been getting a lot more views lately. I really appreciate that. That's why I'm trying to pump out as much content as possible. Just any ideas I have, I'm trying to be more consistent about it instead of one video a week. This is our 5th day in a row dropping a video. I think I'm going to do another couple and make it my first time doing a full week of it. So I'll come up with something for the next couple days, maybe something a little more fun and less morose than what I'm talking about today. But thank you guys so much for your support. I appreciate all of it, and it's been a lot of fun making these videos for y'all, and I'm going to continue to do so. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.